Shabbat Shalom once again. So great to be with all of you. As I said at the beginning, tonight is very special because once a year we give out the Bob Wolf Community Service Award. Let me tell you about my friend Bob. Lived to 103 years old. Just a couple months before he died, he was still walking a mile a day. He always used to say to me, "Rabbi," in that southern accent via Buffalo. And he never lost that accent. I said, "What's the secret of life, Bob?" He said to me, "Rabbi, every morning you wake up and you have a choice, and I choose to be happy." I said, "Well, is there anything," there's that face. There's that smile. I said, "Anything more?" He goes, "Well, everything flows from that. The choice that you make every morning when you wake up." And his beautiful bride of 75 years, Nancy, lived by the same exact philosophy. Same exact philosophy. And we've been giving out this award for 2 decades now. And I know there are some award winners here tonight. If you would please rise so that we could recognize you as well. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow. And from now on, we're going to send an email. Stay standing. Everybody has received a medallion, which Jim will receive tonight as well. Next year, I expect to see all of you wearing these medallions. And Bob's spirit lives very much in this space. To this day, we continue to sell bagels on Sunday morning, which was his forte. Bob was also very fortunate to have 2 amazing children who live here nearby, his son-in-law Harris and his daughter Janice. They cared for Nancy and Bob beautifully, even though they really cared for themselves up until the very end, but they always had the support of these 2 wonderful souls. And I invited them here tonight and invited Janice to just say a few words about her mom and dad, so we have the spirit of Bob and Nancy Wolf with us here today. So please give a warm welcome to my friend.
Thank you, Rabbi, for the warm welcome. And I apologize for not being able to do the same Southern accent that you were able to. And for those of you who don't know, my dad was born in New York City, grew up in Southern Georgia. I was born in Southern Georgia and grew up in Buffalo, New York. So go figure. Yeah, but my parents moved me up to north when I was about 2-3 months old. So hence, I sound like a Buffalonian. All right, so my mom died 2.5 years ago. Dad died half a year ago in July. And I am truly honored to be here, tonight for the presentation of the award in his name. So a little background. As I said, I grew up in Buffalo, New York. It was a very, very large Reform temple. I was educated there. I had a social life there. The extended family, we went to services, and they were inspirational. They were very nice, but nobody was really truly involved in the temple in Buffalo. But when my parents moved here to Irvine in 1996, and they joined Shir Hamalot, they became involved almost immediately. My mom, as you know, spent many hours in the gift shop doing a variety of things, and Dad went from the Brotherhood and he evolved into becoming the Bagel Man. And, even after it was passed on, I think, to somebody, he said, "I want to go, and I just want to put the cream cheese on the bagels." Okay, whatever. But they were very fulfilled with their many hours that they spent here. And I know that Shir Hamalot greatly benefited for their many hours here. And their lives were so enriched by Shir Hamalot and everything that they did and you provided for them. So tonight, I am here to not only honor my dad, but to honor my mom too, as the Bob Wolf Award is presented to Jim Wardell. And mazel tov to you, Jim, who I have not had the pleasure of meeting yet. And thank you all to Shira Malot for being able for me to honor the two people who I was blessed to have as my parents. Shabbat shalom.
Thank you so much, Janice. Thank you so, so much. So before we give Jim the award, I'm always amazed at how the Torah portion somehow knows what's happening at Shira Malot on a Shabbat night. It's just the most amazing thing. This week's Torah portion is known as Yitro. Does anybody know the translation for Yitro? It's the 10 Commandments. Yes. Jethro. Jethro, and we're not talking about the Jetsons. We're talking about the book of Exodus. Jethro was Moses' father-in-law. And this happens right before the 10 Commandments are given, where Jethro notices what Moses is doing. Now, Moses, I would like you to envision him as a solo rabbi with a very large congregation, about 600,000. That was his congregational size at that time. And he had no volunteers. He had no executive director. He had no associate or assistant rabbis. He had no sound man, nothing. Nothing. And Jethro says to him, and it's almost word for word, "What the heck are you doing, Moses? This is no way to run a congregation, a people. You can't do it. You can't hear every case and every issue from sunrise to sunset." He said, "You need people to help you. You need leaders of thousands, leaders of hundreds, and leaders of tens." And that's how they developed kind of the judicial system in Jewish theology and Jewish life and Jewish history, and also how our communities are really structured to this very day. We're talking about 4,000 years ago. 4,000 years ago. This one-man show of Moses was not going to succeed. And so Moses listened to his father-in-law. I'm not sure he had a choice, but he listened to his father-in-law, and his father-in-law happened to be right. He said, "You need help, and appoint those people now." Our friend Jim is one of those helpers. He's one of the guys who, not with a lot of fanfare, just raises his hand and goes, "I got it. I got it covered. I got it covered, Rabbi Ziv, for the Brotherhood. I got it covered for the high holidays, Joe. I got it covered for this. I got it covered for that." He always says yes. And so the rabbis of this congregation, the president of this congregation, and all of its leadership are grateful for people like Jim who say yes, who say, "Yeah, why not?" Laura gives us a good clap here, and let me tell you why. Because she knows the Torah well, because then Moses says, "Well, what kind of people should I look for, Jethro?" And Jethro says, "Here's the kind of people you should look for. People of substance, people of truth, anshe chaya, anshe emet, and anshe betzah, people who hate monetary gain." Well, that means just solely for themselves. We all like monetary gain. And people who can lead in their own unique way. That's what Jethro told Moses, as if he understood what Jim was all about. And Jim is a person of great substance, of great truth, and of somebody who not only wants to see he and his family succeed, but he wants to see the community succeed. So much so that Wendy and Jim and their amazing daughter Wendy and the rest of Anna, their amazing daughter Anna, and the rest of their family, they live not too close. They live near Lake Elsinore. I always say the wrong one. Lake Elsinore, and drive out here at least 2-3 Shabbats a month, and certainly are here on Sundays and for meetings and all sorts of things. That's a level of commitment to community that this amazing family has. Currently, Wendy and Anna are also hosting our book club that happens on a monthly basis that talks about issues of social justice and many other issues if you'd like to join that. So Jim and his family are surrounded with people who raise their hand and say yes. And it's with great honor, my friend Jim, that I call you up. I call Ken Perlman, the president of our congregation, and Jeffrey Rosenthal, the president of our brotherhood, to come forward. With pleasure, on behalf of our presidents, Susan Taylor and Ken Perlman, and our brotherhood president, Jeffrey Rosenthal, Congregation Shir Malot, a lifetime of belonging, the Bob Wolf, Zichrono Livracha, may his memory be a blessing, Community Service Award, in recognition of your dedication, leadership, love, and countless hours devoted to the temple, presented to Jim Worrell, February 10th, 2023. Mazel tov, my friend. Congratulations. Congratulations. You're welcome. Jeffrey, if you would do the honors.
Oh, yes. All right.
Is it right on this young man? Ladies and gentlemen, the Bob Wolf Community Service Award. Come on up. Thanks, guys. It's all yours, brother.
Oh, thank you. Well, I think Rabbi Steinberg got an advance copy of my speech. Pretty much covered most everything. But Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. And what an honor it is to be recognized for this very prestigious award. And it is bittersweet that I remember being here for other awardees, and Bob would be here in person, or at least he would be up on the screen giving me a little pep talk and congratulations, which meant the world to me. I knew Bob a little bit, and he was, like everyone was saying, his daughter. I mean, you just knew as soon as you was in his presence, he was the nicest person you probably would ever meet. And that Southern twang, you just could not get away from that. He just could. I can't do that either, but I wouldn't even want to. But he just bring you right in, and you just felt the warmth and genuine love that he had. Even with Bob's wife, Nancy, and everything, they were ones that they were part of, and they will continue to be part of the SHM culture for their service and especially their kindness. They were just the greatest people ever. So, and it is very special that I'm recognized for this award. I think the best part of the award is that I heard that I do get Rabbi Steinberg's very special parking spot for the rest of the year. Maybe I misheard that or something, but in all honesty, way back when our family had started here at Shir Malot, we had younger kids. They were involved in football, soccer, dance, other activities. And it was away from the temple at the time. Free time was not really something that my wife and I had a lot of back in the day. And then fast forward to these last years, free time was a little bit more available, and it was very nice that we had something so special as Shir Malot to spend our free time at and to help out and do things that we could do. And then the big thing about our service or helping is really the people that we were involved with here. It's, for most parts, I really probably wouldn't want to help out with some things that I felt uncomfortable or not included in. And with the people here at SHM, and you just can't feel more warm and welcomed, and everybody works together so well. It is incredible. And I found that it's really, with the service that I give, I feel like it almost does more for me than I'm doing for anybody else, just because of the warmth that I feel by just giving back and being able to help in this community, help other people, And I think if we all went down that road of just getting out and trying to do anything, giving blood, helping here, helping wherever you can at a soup kitchen, I think just giving that assistance and help, it makes us all just better people where we can relate better to our fellow human beings, and that rolls into having heaven on earth and going down that direction. Even though my name is on the award, it is more of a family thing. With my son Matt, my daughter Anna, and my beautiful wife Wendy, they've given me always full support throughout the times where I needed to come, or I wanted to come help with this or that, and so my experience is it just really is a family award. And like the rabbi said, my daughter is involved in the book and documentary discussion group and that she founded, and she's a member of Shemesh. My wife is also involved in those areas as well. She does sing beautifully in the SHM Singers. And she's a past volunteer in the office and worked with Nancy in the gift shop in the past. I'd also like to thank all my family that's here and a lot of my family that was unable to make it tonight but are watching online. I do appreciate that, and it means everything to me. And as well, thank you to all the rabbis for your leadership and support, as well as the staff here at SHM. It's the best ever. I mean, every time you walk on this campus, you get smiles and just people are glad to see you. It's just very, very nice. And I'd also like to throw out a few more thank yous. First off is to Jeremy Rose for fostering my involvement in here at the temple and starting me out, kind of getting me going. Also a special thanks to David Tinkoff, Diane and Mark Drucker, Barbara Burnett, and also the other past Bob Wolf winners. You guys have been just perfect role models for me, and it was easy with having you around. And I'd also like to say thank you to all my other friends here at SHM, and especially the Brotherhood, Jeff, the Brotherhood president, for your ongoing support as well. Again, my cup runneth over. Thank you very much. Shabbat shalom.